Hello guys, welcome to another video on the series of coding. Today we are going to solve the problem which is called maximum sum without adjacent elements. So it's a very interesting problem. You are given a 2 into n grade of integer a. You have to choose numbers such that the sum of the numbers is maximum. But the important thing is no two chosen numbers are adjacent horizontally, vertically or diagonally, and you have to return it. Okay. You can choose more than two numbers. So let's try to take an example to understand this problem. Let me just quickly open up the board and we will understand. But let's take examples meanwhile. For example, we have 1 and 2, right? So if we take 2, we cannot take 1. If we take 1, we cannot take 2. Because we cannot take adjacent elements together. These two are adjacent, right? So we should take the maximum between 1 and 2. So it will be 2 in this case. What about in this example? In this case, let's say we decide to take 1. In that case, we cannot take the element this 2, we cannot take this 2, we cannot even take 3. This diagonal is also not allowed. So if we take 1, we cannot pick up this or this or this. Okay. Similarly, if we take 2, we cannot pick up this 1, we cannot pick up this 2, we cannot pick up this 3, we cannot pick up this 3, we cannot pick up this 4, and so on. Okay. So that is the approach. Let us quickly move to trying to understand this problem. Let me take one example. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2 and 4, 2, 1, 3 and 2. Something like this. Okay. Now we have to find the maximum answer in this case. It's always given it is a 2 into n grade. So there are 2 rows and there are some particular number of columns. Okay. Now let us try to understand. Let's try to evaluate, for example, only the first column. In this case, okay, let's say that all other columns are not given. Okay, let us just try to remove these and ignore these, and let us consider only the first two elements. In this case, what will be your answer? In this case, if you take 1, you cannot take 4, right? And if you take 4, you cannot take 1. Okay, let's ignore these. Because why are we ignoring this? Because one by one we will keep on adding columns. First we will add this column, then we will add this column, then we will add this column, then we will add this column, and so on, right? That will be the approach which we are going to take. Okay, so that it will simplify our problem. So first let us take only this column. In this column, what is the answer? Answer is 4, right? I will write it down. In the first column, the answer is simply 4. Because if I take 1, I cannot take 4. So my option is either to take 1 or to take alone 4. Because if I take 4, I cannot take 1. If I take 1, I cannot take 4. So among 1 and 4, I decide to take the maximum element, which is 4. Okay. Now let me add. So for the first column, my answer is 4. Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me write it below. Let me write it here. Okay. Now let me include the second column also. So now suppose I am ignoring this part and I have first two columns. I have this column plus this column. Okay. Now if I take any of the elements here, okay, I cannot take this first row because these are adjacent. For example, if I take this element, I cannot take these three elements. If I take this element, I cannot take these three elements. Okay, so I already have the answer for the previous column. Whatever answer I take here, I cannot take any of these elements, right? So whatever answer basically I get here, okay, I cannot include the previous answer. Okay, so that is the condition. So among these two, which is maximum? In our case, we have taken examples such that both are equal. So we can take any of them. We take 2. Okay, if we take 2, we will get 2 as our answer. From the previous row, we cannot take any of the elements. We cannot take anything because if we take any of the elements, it will be an adjacent element. So we can either take 2 from this column, or we can take 4 from the previous column, right? Which is maximum? 4 is maximum, right? So up to this entire space also the answer is 4. The answer is 4. Okay, for these 4 numbers the answer is 4. So for this also answer is 4. Now let me continue. Now I will add one more column, one more space. Okay, now in this case, what is the answer? Now I already have answers up to here. If I take this any of the elements from here, I cannot take any of these two elements, but I can take element from here, I can take element from here. Okay, I just cannot take these two elements, but I can try to take previous elements. Okay, so what will be my DP logic? First of all, I will find maximum from these both, right? So I have only two rows, so maximum from this is 4, right? 4 is bigger than 1, so I will choose 4 from this particular column, and I will decide whether I will decide, okay, whether to take the element which is in this row, in this column, or in the column that was before, right? From this column, which is the maximum, from this column the answer is 4. From this column, the answer is 4. I can take these two columns together, right? There's no problem. Nothing is adjacent. This is not adjacent. This is not adjacent. This is not adjacent. So I can take the maximum from this column, which is 4. Maximum from this column, which is 4. 4 plus 4, 8. I can either take 8 or. So my one option is 8, right? My one option is 8. 8 will give me maximum. Or I can take the maximum from here, 4. Okay. So among 8 and 4, this will not be plus. Among 8 and 4, which is maximum? 8 is maximum. So I will take 8. Okay. Now let me go to the next column. Again, from the next column, I again have two options, right? I have to pick only one element from this column because I can't pick both of them together. This is not allowed. So I have to pick one. I can pick any of the one element. Doesn't matter. Let's say I pick 3. Okay. I pick 3. I mean, in this case, both are equal. So I can pick 3. So if I pick 3, I have the choice of adding the maximum up till here. So the maximum up till here is 4. So I can take 4. Okay. So from I can add the maximum from these both columns, which is 3 and 4. Okay. 3 and 4. So 3 and 4. And the other option is I can take the maximum from here. So it is 8. So 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. And 8 is the maximum in the previous case. So in this, what is the answer? Maximum of 7 and 8 is 8. So my answer is 8. Okay. Now I will increase my space. I will increase my space. Now in this case, among these two elements, I can pick any of the element which I like. So because both are equal. Otherwise, I would have taken the maximum element. So I take 2. I take 2. And from here, I should take the maximum up till here. So it is 8, right? So I can take 2 plus 8. Otherwise, one more choice which I have is I just take this element, which is 8. Okay. Because if I take from this row, I cannot add it here. Okay. Because that will cause a violation. So maximum in this row, in these two rows, is 8 plus 2. Okay. 8 plus 2. Otherwise, I have the option of taking 8 alone. So from 10 and 8, the answer is 10. Okay. Answer is 10. So my answer would be 10. So that's it. I have solved the problem. And which will be the answer? Now, my answer can be anything among these last two elements. Okay. So there could have been a case where, let's say, let me just take another value. Let's say this was 100. Okay. In this case, what would have been your answer? If this was 100, let's solve the problem. If this was 100, when you are trying to find the maximum for this column, you would have taken 100 and then you would have taken the previous maximum 100 plus 4. Otherwise, you would have taken 8. So which you will take? You will take 104, right? So for this column, the answer will be 104. Okay. And for this column, what will be the answer? This plus whatever is maximum from here. So 2 plus 8 versus 104. What will be the answer? 104 will still be the answer. Okay. 104 will be the answer. Okay. So you can take the maximum, right? So either you can have the last value as the answer or you can have the previous to last value as the answer. So in this case, let us go forward to solving this problem. So the approach is simple. Basically, take the maximum from these two values and then, for example, in this case, take the maximum from these two values and then from the dp vector, just find out this number, add these two. Otherwise, take this value. So you have two options, right? 8, 100 plus 4. Whichever is maximum among this, take that answer and store it here. That is the approach that we are going to take. So that's it. Now let's go forward to coding it. So vector int dp, one single array is enough, and the size of that array will simply be, so let me take the size here. So let's say int n is equal to a of 0 dot size. Okay. And that will be n. Initially, let me make it 0. Okay. Now, what will be your first value? So dp of 0 will simply be max of a of 0 comma 0 comma a of 1 comma 0. Among the first two values in the column, whichever is maximum, that is what we are going to take. And similarly, you can have dp of 1. The dp of 1 is going to be maximum of, okay, for example, a of 0 comma 1 and a of, so I am taking the two values that are there versus I am taking these two values. So this will be 0 0, this will be 0 1, this will be 1 0, and this will be 1 1. So 0 1 and 1 1, right? These are the two values that are going to be there. So 0 1 and 1 1. Okay. But dp of 1 will not have just this value, right? It can also take the value of dp of 0. Okay. So whichever is maximum by dp of 1, let me erase all this. By dp of 1, what do I mean? dp of 1 means this entire space. So in this case our answer is 4, but 4 was not found in this column, so we should just not take the maximum of these two values. We mean the entire space, right? So for example, dp of 3 doesn't mean you just take 4, you also add this value, right? Okay. Or you take, suppose you want to find this, right? So you take 4 plus 4 8 versus 4, whichever is maximum, right? Similarly, if you want to take dp of 1, you don't have any value for previous to previous, but you have two values. You can either take maximum from this row or maximum from this row, so that you will also have to give one more condition, max of dp of 0 from this. So that is one thing which you have to keep in mind. Now these two are the initialization factors. Okay. Now in this case, if for example n is 1, then you can return dp of 0. Otherwise this will throw error because these values will not be found. Now for the remaining values, you can just take the answer. So for int, okay, for int I equal to 2. Okay, from here what we'll start doing. So this is 0 0, this is 0 1, this is 0 2, this is 1 0 1 1 1 2, and similarly this is 0 3, and this is 1 3, this is 0 4 and 1 4. So what we are basically doing, 0 and 1 is always constant. We will change the I value. I will become 2, I will become 3, I will become 4, right? So that will get changed. So for int I equal to 2, I less than n, I plus plus. So first of all, we will find out maximum of these two values. Okay, 0 I, okay, max of 0, okay, max of 0 I, and max of 1 I. Okay. Now whichever is maximum, to that what we can do, we can just add whatever values there in our dp table, right? Previous two values. So we can take the previous two values. So what will that become? That will simply be, okay, for example your I is 2, then you can take from this column, which is the 0th column, right? So I minus 2, right? So that value, okay, so that you can take. So dp of I will be equal to this. So max of this, comma, you can either take dp of I minus 1. Okay, take dp of I minus 1. Now in the last case, what you can do, you can return dp of n minus 1. So you can do that. Let me try to test it whether it's working. So it's working. Let me submit and see if it's working. So it's working. That's it. Thank you for being patient and listening. But there's one more thing. So we have declared an additional vector. We need not actually declare this additional vector, right? So you can you need not declare this additional vector. By using a itself, you can solve this problem. So how you can solve this problem? So no need this. So here you can simply give a of 0 0, right? So in the first, always in the first value, in the first row itself, you can use a dp, right? Just think that a dp vector is superimposed on the first row. All the values you can save in the first row itself, right? So you can do this. So let me show how it can be done. So this is the first, always first row. So this will be 0 1. So in the first row, I will just use these values. So I will return a0, and here I will use a of 0 0. So always the first row will have 0 I, right? That will be the condition. So in place of simply I will give 0 I. Okay, that is the only thing that we have. And in place of dp, I will give I, and I will give 0 here. That is the only thing. So we can just accommodate it within the array itself. We need not use extra space. Okay? And then last also, I will just return a of 0 of n minus 1. So let me test and see whether it's working. dp was not declared in the scope, so this should also be a. Let me see now if it's working. dp was not declared in the scope, so again I have given dp here. Now it should be fine, hopefully. So it's fine, and we can submit and see whether it's working. So it's fine. That's it. Thank you for being patient and